Hello my little friends, welcome back to Symphony of the Night. Alright, so, we are in the inverted long library. I did some farming, I got the sword that breaks the game. It took a while, probably about half an hour in total I would say to get it. And that was with some very, very efficient shmoo farming. Nonetheless, in that farming process, I rose 4 levels, level 36. I got an absolute ton of gold on top of that as well. So, it's all good. Now, let's have a look at this sword. Okay, so this is the S-stock that we were using. That's obviously quite slow, but you can see that is the attack rate of the S-stock. We compare that to a one-handed weapon that's quite quick, like the moon rod, if I can find that. Yep, there we go. That's the speed of the moon rod, quite quick. Now, the sword that I just got is the Chrysegrim, countless blades, dice enemy. And you can see that on top of being attack-wise, it's very powerful. 45 up to 50, and it increases our defense to 27. On top of that, this is what the attack animation is. It's like 1,000 whirling blades of doom. And I will demonstrate. Let's just have a look. We've done everything to the left, so yeah, I'll go onto the right and demonstrate the effectiveness of this thing. Also, I'm just going to stop and just check out this music, because this is the music that I was farming to, and it's definitely my favourite tune in the entire game, which is good. Isn't that awesome? I love that tune. Definitely my favourite in the entire soundtrack. Which is, it's convenient that it happens to be in this area that I need to spend a long time in farming. Anyway, we can basically just cut through anything at lightning speed with this sword. And if we find something to attack, here we go. You can see, just watch the damage numbers on those enemies. You can see how many times a second I'm hitting them. Just cutting through everything in the blink of an eye. So overpowered, but amazingly fun as well. And with the book, it's basically we're just a whirling dervish of death and destruction, which is very nice. So I'm going to use this for a while, and then I may switch back to something a little less broken. But I did... Oh dear. I did spend a while farming this thing, so I'm going to use it a bit, as I've only just got it and saved, so those lion manticore men, no longer an issue, as long as we have this thing equipped. Okay, what's in here? Tin Man. Scarecrow Man. You can see there's obvious Wizard of Oz influence here, with the 3 main enemies being Tin Man, Lion, and Scarecrow, although they're particularly morbid, dark versions of the Wizard of Oz characters. And there is on top of that, the shmoo. Isn't that something from Wizard of Oz? I can't remember exactly. We need the Form of Mist to get through there. Wasn't this where there was a lesser demon boss? 250 gold and a Staurolite? Something saleable, I guess. Doesn't appear to be much else in here, but there is an exit to the bottom left we can go through. Now, we are coming towards the end of the game here, really, so there isn't really much dawdling that I need to be doing. I can kind of just rush through with this Chrysegrim sword. And I feel like it's just about borderline acceptable in this kind of environment, but with the bottom left, with the in the case of bosses, it completely trivializes them to the point where you can take any boss, including the final boss, down in about 5 seconds. So we got a neutron bomb. And what's this? Battleair. We'll check it out anyway. Power increases with gameplay. So if you, I guess if you leave the game on for like overnight for several days, it will be more powerful. I guess that's what it does. I don't know. Probably. Okay, I think we're done with this area. Die, you son of a bitch. We need to be finding another boss. Hopefully one that's going to drop the another one of Vlad's items. Vlad being Vlad Tepesh. Tepesh, which is Dracula's name officially in this game series. Okay, and we're nearing 400 HP now because I leveled up so many times, and we've got quite a few life max ups since entering the inverted castle as well, so that's pretty good shit. Don't think we've been through here, have we? Possibly not. Isn't this where the shop was? In the other castle? I think it was. Here. Turquoise, opal, library card. Library card will be good because it means we can get easily back to the merchant in the library and buy some elixirs if we need to. Useful for the final boss, certainly, as a bit of an endurance if you don't have this sword equipped. And I feel like it may somewhat spoil the game to do so. So it doesn't look like there's a boss in this area, so it's probably best if we just make our way back to the outer wall. Then I guess we will go to the marble gallery, I guess. Or through to the inverted clock room anyway. From there we should be able to get to Olrox's quarters, the Colosseum, and all those areas in the middle of the map fairly easily. Jap dudes. But yeah, I mean, we're hitting like something like 5 or 6 times a second with this sword at a fairly high... I mean, we're doing almost as much damage with one hit as with one hit from the S-Stock, so we've basically like quintupled how powerful we are. And it is, frankly, a bit ridiculous, but you know, super nice that there is something like that in the game, a secret weapon. This goes to just the very top of the wall / old bottom. This is the way that goes to the marble gallery. So I guess we'll just carry on this way. Like I say, I'm not especially asked about uncovering every last corner of the map at this point. I may do it off camera just to increase the walk armor, but this just loops around, isn't it? Oh, this will be a boss. Hey, it's the Frankenstein. And he appears to be rolling at me. I'm going to unequip this and give it a try with the S-Stock. See how we get on with that, but actually no. The creature. It's the creature from Frankenstein. Oh god. Okay. You hit very hard, sir. Like I say, if we would... Oh, toy bar steward. If we were doing this with the Chrysogrim, then we would have... He would have been dead in about 4 seconds. So, I feel like it would be quite cheap to do that. Need to stop, need to make sure I'm not in the middle when he stops rolling, because he sort of stops on the spot a bit. Oh dear. Oh, he's not too much of a problem. Not when we have this book, which can chip at him when he's rolling. Oh dear, oh dearie, dearie, dear. Hey, nice. His head fell off and then exploded and turned into a life max. No, it's the tooth of Vlad. Although we don't get life maxes from those bosses. Alright, let's pop our old friend back on. Tooth of Vlad. Shield potion. Ah yeah, so that looped around there. Okay, so if we head along here, there should be the very long corridor where the plant enemies were originally, and then going in through the clock room. This is where we originally fought the clone of Alucard, way back at the beginning of the game. Alright. Yeah, and this is the save room that I missed the first time I fought and died to clone Alucard. So... Oh wait, no, I see. Yeah, I remember. I think we have to go in a bit lower down. Or rather, higher up the outer wall. Because it's inverted. So probably up here. Yeah, in here. This should transition to the inverted marble gallery. Yeah, there we go. This area, I remember, has some particularly nasty spike traps added to it, I think. But we'll find out, won't we? Probably when they kill me horribly. But as you can see, traversing the inverted castle doesn't take nearly as much time as the normal castle does, but you may be thinking that just having the castle inverted up to down and left to right as the second major portion of the game seems a little bit like it's artificially lengthening the game, because it's the same world map just flipped. Actually, that's not the case, because all the enemies and bosses are different. Yeah, that's the spike traps I was thinking about. And yes, they got me. Anyway, so really, all the enemies and bosses are different, as well as the way that you traverse the areas being altered because the levels are upside down. You have to get around the rooms in a different way, which I mentioned in the previous episode as... Oh, fucking hell, 48 damage. I mentioned in the previous episode being something that I thought was a really brilliant piece of design. But it's kind of you know, you get a whole set of new bosses. It's more just like... I more think of this as like the final castle, you know, because in the original Castlevania games, you only spend the final stage or couple of stages in the castle. So really, this is like that. It's just like a very, very long final level with about 5 or 6 of its own unique bosses. And it's just a really good way of getting you powered up for the final chucker. Because the final boss of this game is hard as balls. I think this is where the Alucard's nightmare was, wasn't it? Or was it? We're near the entrance to the caverns. Oh, and something else I should mention as well is that I'll have that. Something else I should mention is that in an earlier episode when I was in the catacombs, I mentioned that it was when we fought the Grand Falloon, and I said, oh, it's not the boss that I thought of was down here. We didn't actually ever fight that boss. I realised that the one I was thinking of is in the inverted catacombs, so we will have to go and fight him at some point. And it's a very important boss in the game. Shuriken. Heartage. Now I'm not doing this very systematically. Oh, they're super annoying because they shoot spores. I should probably actually go back and finish off the inverted marble gallery. I just kind of feel like I should be doing it that way rather than half finishing a load of areas. It's nice to just cruise around and kill everything with this sword and level up a bit, but may as well do it somewhat systematically. And build up a few hearts while we're at it. So. It'll be nice to not have to come back through these spiky pits of doom. Oh, that was close. Oh, those guys. You see how much damage he did to me with that. The Nova Skeletons, they shoot a giant Nova beam out of their dick, and it did 121 damage in one shot. So, can't be getting too cocky even though I have this amazing badass sword, as my health has just been basically reduced by 1/3. Alrighty. Coming towards the clock room. Ooh, nice. You're pretty strong. Yes, you are. 91. 91 damage. Pretty strong. And holy shit, are you tanky. Still. And our old friend the Blade, not quite so... Oh my goodness. Not quite so much of a threat now. However, I'm nearly dead. Nearly dead. Right. Let us use... What have we got? Could use my elixir. Yeah, I'm going to go and buy more elixirs anyway, so I'll use that. How'd you like that, baby? 403 health. Oh yeah, you don't like that. No, you don't. Because you're shooting all these death beams. 91... This is ridiculous. Ah! Okay. Still halved my HP. I now can see why we were getting all those life max ups. Okay, we're in the inverted clock room. Now, there are 3 ways we can go. Actually, the statues aren't open, so may only be... The way in the middle at the bottom will probably lead... That will lead to Olrox's quarters, won't it? There is also... Oh god, more of these. There's also a save room up there quite close, so I may... Oh no, it's here. So this is a room where you can get any item that you want. And a heart max. And... a life max on this side, maybe? Yeah! Good shit. Okay, Oh no, it was the one that would now be on this side that goes to Olrox, wasn't it? Or was this to the Colosseum? Well, it doesn't matter, it's open now, so we can go this way. Yeah, this is Olrox's place. Maxed out on hearts. A death sword. An illusory wall. Oh god! What the hell are you? I do not recall you. Malachi. That looks more like Cthulhu than the Cthulhu enemy does. Which is weird. Ghost Dancer. High Potion, Sword of Hador, Opal. Sword of Hador. That sounds cool. House of Hador heirloom. It's not especially powerful. Nice to have it all the same. Very nice to have a high potion as well. Seeing as how I just used my elixir. Die. Azagil. No, Azagal. So I think it's going to be here that's the save room. Nope. Oh god. I'm not into being hit by that giant ball. But these guys are no match for the deadly Chrysogrim. Where does this go? To a warp room. Very nice. Good to know that that's there because... Oh yeah, maybe the save room was just below here then. Maybe sort of this way. Oh no, this went into the main area of Olrox's quarters. So there is going to be a boss up here. Tell you what I'll do. I'll just go back up. I'm sure there was a save room somewhere in that area with the Azagal sword thing. Mana prism. These the same items as in the other castle? Pretty sure there was a mana prism here then. Luck potion, yeah, this is seeming quite familiar. Shield potion. Alright. Yeah, let's explore the rest of that room and see what we can see. Don't even need to duck under those balls of doom. An insult to my ridiculous OP-ness at this point in the game. Penis. OP-ness. $250. No illusory wall there. Oh god. Oh god. Yes, you hit pretty hard. Huh. Also jumps back when he's hit, which makes him difficult to rapid kill. So where's this go? Ah, that goes to the Colosseum. Where there was also a save room. I'm sure there was a save room in this area. Get out of my way. I have been there. Okay, maybe there wasn't one then. Alright, I guess we'll go to the Colosseum then. Jesus, just 51 damage just for hitting him. Alright. It's not too tough when you get a good shot in. Sorry, something just popped up on the screen. Here we go. Let's try this area out. Werewolves, not too bad. They jump around a lot, but we can kill them before they get a chance. I think probably this way and then left. Oh god. That's a classic Castlevania enemy, isn't it? Here we go. Can't remember what's in the gladiator arena of this one, but nonetheless. I'm trying to check. Yeah, we're getting pretty badass defense from that walk armor now, and from the fact that we're quite highly leveled. Go along the bottom first. What level are we now? 40. Nice. Oh god, it's one of you. Get out of the way. Just die. You can see this being a nasty room if you don't have this sword, but I do have it. Minotaur. Yep, they hit hard. Bearing in mind, one Minotaur and one Werewolf was actually the boss of this area when Richter was in the Gladiator arena, so that's shows you how far we've come. The ring, what does that do? Shoot forwards? Yeah, not great. Does this go through to the Royal Chapel? Yes, it does. So I'm going to stick in this area and try and get it cleared out. We're doing some pretty badass leveling here, so getting a lot of experience from these very tough enemies. Pop a save, see if I can make it to the arena and fight a boss. Now, it's obviously no secret that I absolutely love this Chris Grimm sword, but I feel like it's just, at this stage in the playthrough, it's just an efficient way of getting around these areas, and then I'll just try and not use it for the bosses, you know? I feel like that's pretty fair. Pretty fair. Also, it's my playthrough, so if you don't like it, then, you know, do your own. Or watch Rom Scout or something. Rom Scout can play this game blindfolded, so he wouldn't need the Chris Grimm. And holy crap, have we got a lot of HP now. And holy crap, are we going to need a lot of HP, considering that some enemies are dealing 91 damage in one hit. And they're just the Nova Skeletons. Obviously, it does make it worth exploring the whole of the inverted castle just for that reason. White dragon. In here, what is there? An axe. Stone skulls, more of those. Another white dragon. I don't want these fucking upgrades. Aquamarine. Pretty worth it. Lost a load of HP though. Yeah. Probably go back and refill that because I think the boss is just along here, so we'll give that, just pop a quick save and see if we can make it to the boss. Can't really hit him from there, so... Oh dear. Dear oh dear. Already losing a load of HP. I keep thinking there's a platform on that side, and then there isn't one, and then I fall down and get hit. Anyway. Right, where are we at? This way. What's over here? Yeah, this is where the lift was. And so, I think, was this the way to the arena? Or was it the other way? No. We've been here. Ah, yes, it was in that little block to the right. So, this way, I think. Yes, here we go, a boss. What do we got? Oh, yeah. This is cool. It's like a ghost from Alucard's past. Oh, I wasn't supposed to be using his weapon. The three skeletons take the form of Trevor Belmont, Cypher Belnades, and Grant, the little hunchback man who climbs on walls. What that means is that basically it's like 300 years ago in the story of Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. There were Alucard fought alongside these 3 guys. The main character was Trevor, who's the guy, of course, with the whip. But then you could unlock other characters to play as, and that was the first time that we saw Alucard, because he was an unlockable character who could turn into a bat and fly around. Of course, that's come back in this game, but... God, you bastard. Gee. Right. He's down, just Grant left. Gotta get him low. Slow and low. Right, he's dead. So yeah, that was a bit wrong, because... ooh, life max. So that is an optional boss, but that's a really cool one, mainly because you get to see 32-bit pixel art of Trevor, Grant, and Cypher. And I'm actually feeling pretty bad about accidentally killing Cypher in like 2 seconds with this sword, because Cypher is one of my favourite characters in the whole series. And she is like a sort of robed magic user. But the cool thing about Cypher Belnades is that the Belnades clan becomes one of the well-known clans in this Castlevania series, alongside the Belmonts and the Morrises. And so in Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow, there is a descendant, a 21st century descendant of Cypher, called Yoko Belnades, which is really cool. I just think that's, things like that I just really like in games, where they decide to make relatively minor characters not so minor. What's in here? Torches, etc. Oh god. And a zircon. And $1,000. Okay, well that was worth it. Pretty worth it. I'm just gonna go and explore very quickly along here, just to see if there's anything good we can pick up, and then I'll save it, and then I'll end it. Just gonna connect along the top, formerly the bottom. But yeah, that's one of my absolute favourite bosses in the game. Just because it's a really great fan service. Like there are obviously several references to Castlevania 3 in this game. Like when we fought Richter with the holy glasses and freed him from his curse. He said, when Alucard's like, "I'm Alucard," and he says, "What? The Alucard?" But that was 300 years ago, talking about his great grandfather or whatever, Trevor Belmont, in like the 1400s or 1500s, whenever Castlevania 3 is set. So I think that's the Colosseum clear, just about. Yep, we can move on to the Royal Chapel next, or to Olrox's quarters. Alright, I'm going to end it here. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, do press like, and I'll see you next time for more Symphony of the Night. Goodbye, everybody.